My mom and my dad, they divorced when I was 5, and so from 5 to 11, you know, I didn't see my dad, and so my mom, we just moved a lot, and so we lived all on the South Side in Chicago. It was rough, you know. The man that raised me, my Uncle Stan, he was a radio personality. He started a radio station called 106 Jams. He was big in Chicago. He ended up getting murdered when I was 11.
Wow. So that had to have a profound effect on you. That's the man that's raising you.
Yeah, it did.
Did you process that at the time? Like, what did that do?
No, for me, man, I think it made me very angry. I think I started to get into a lot of I was upset that I didn't have a father in the home, right? And then I was also upset that, you know, the man that I looked up to, the man that was pouring into me the most, was violently taken away from me. You know, my Uncle Stan, you know, somebody set him up one day, killed him, you know. And so I'm growing up with just extreme identity issues, not really having a father in the home. My father figure dies, you know what I'm saying? And then all my cousins around me, they start selling crack, you know what I'm saying? And Chicago was just rough. And then you talk about that concentrated neighborhood, walking up and down the street every day, it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even realize why it's so concentrated, why so many people stacked on top of one another. But, you know, in the early 90s, they told them not to tear a lot of the high rises down in Chicago. And what gentrification did was it took, you know, the gangster disciples who lived in high rises, they had to move into city blocks to mingle with other gangs. And so
rival gang members.
And so when you see all this stuff on YouTube about like O Block and these people warring one another, it's because, man, in the 90s we told you that was gonna happen when y'all didn't care about how black people was misplaced in the city of Chicago with gentrification.